The success of Rogue One birthed the success of Andor, which
No.
then again birthed the success of Rogue One again. Look, I gotta say, I mean, I think we're kind of seeing this random little point in Star Wars that has been actually so exciting to see. The fans are back. The fans are back. The fans are back. I've been so unbelievably happy to cover Andor this whole time. But I mean, like, it's not just me. There has been everyone all over the internet looking at this show through a different lens, giving this show a chance. I mean, like, this is actual cinema. And I had the pleasure to watch this show and the honor to watch Rogue One afterwards, which I gotta say, it changed everything. Now, what I wanted to do in this episode was kind of just talk about some of the takeaways that I had in a little bit of a retrospective for both Rogue One, but Andor especially. I mean, like, without this latest season of Andor, we never would have had some of these incredible moments literally shifted. I mean, actually shifted. I've genuinely, I mean, I'm looking at the TV right now because that's where I got to experience it. But for me, I could not believe that my first time watching it, I never cried. I mean, I thought it was sad. It was kind of like a little bit upsetting watching Jyn and Cassian at the end, kind of like, oh man. But looking at it now, I was sobbing throughout the whole movie. Genuinely, like, there were points where I was looking at it just going, there's nothing better. There's actually nothing better than this moment right now. Star Wars is blessed with prequels. The prequels from the original trilogy are by far the best Star Wars for me personally. To see everything that Rogue One succeeded in as a prequel already to the best Star Wars out there, you have to put A New Hope at the top. You have to. And then a prequel to that. We can only get better. I mean, like, we've really only seen sequels take, except for The Mandalorian and Ahsoka, I guess, and maybe Book of Boba Fett. But, you know, I mean, like, to see the love for Rogue One has been incredible. And I wanted to do these takeaways because genuinely it made it so much more important. It actually changed the whole movie for me. I mean, I look at this movie in a completely different light. I look at all of Star Wars in a completely different light. And I just want to say massive thank you to all of the actors and actresses, the director, Tony Gilroy. I mean, the most incredible cast and crew that put everything together for years. Andor took a whole year to just edit and compose, to perfect this masterpiece. And I'm so grateful for every single one of you on there. Now, look, to start off, I want to say the initial part of looking at Jyn and Cassian has changed for me. I mean, like, first of all, when I was looking at it, I always thought they kind of had that little bit of a love to them. I mean, I wanted to see them end up together. I mean, everybody knows that when you see the main guy and the main girl kind of have that little bit of a sick banter towards each other, being like, oh, I hated you, but I'd hate it if you weren't near me. Oh, you know what I mean? It's like, how do you not want that every single time? And I mean, I was a sucker to that. I mean, that's basically all we'd seen before. I mean, like Leia and Luke originally, and then we were like, wait, what the hell? They're siblings. That's okay in Alabama, and in Australia, that's okay in Tasmania. But maybe not really in Star Wars, because we see, you know, Leia with Han and Chewie with that random Porg later on. I know, I saw what happened. But Jyn and Cassian's relationship now feels so much more platonic. Now, that's not just because of the amazing performance of Bix. You know, I mean, I think that's genuinely such a good element to add into this and to see the reasons why Cassian sacrifices so much. But it's really, really important for us to see this in the new light of this is not just about their relationship. This is not about love. This is about the rebellion. This is about hope. And God, it was good. God, it was good. I liked seeing it more platonically as well. I think it made so much more sense. Like, how do you get this random girl just rock up? She's an absolute delinquent. And then you get this other guy who is a genuine delinquent. He does not listen to anything. And he's really angry all the time. I mean, that's one thing that I will say, one of my next takeaways is Cassian's anger makes so much more sense. God, I was looking at it going, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? How is this guy so angry at everything she's doing? She's literally trying. I mean, like, you look at the hope and the desperation in her voice to see when she's like, my father, he put this in, like this little flaw. If you listen, and he's like, I don't, like, unless you got all of the evidence of that, which you don't, I don't care. I'm like, bro. But you see now what everything that has happened to him before. Look at all of the stuff that he's sacrificed, all of the people that he's lost. I mean, like, literally the puppeteer of the rebellion. We've got Luthen sitting at the back, losing everything for that very moment. For that moment right there. God, it made so much more sense. Because, I mean, like, I'm looking at him going, yeah, I completely get you. This chick is just, like, trying to throw everything away. Everything that he's built, everything that he's sacrificed. His girlfriend is on a faraway planet with his son or daughter, I don't really know, it doesn't really matter. His kid out there on that planet. For what? For what? For everything that she is willing to risk just because of her father. God, I mean, like, yeah, sure, that turnaround, it actually kind of made it a little bit more important because it actually gave you the roots. Like, at the end when he's looking, and obviously K2SO kind of, like, broke up that little bit of, like, you know, Cassian told me to support you. But, you know, I like, to see Cassian there with Jin being like, you know what, I actually believe you. That was the point that I was like, this is what the rebellion needs. I feel like, genuinely, at the end of this movie, I've looked at it going, I mean, like, all of the good people in the rebellion are dead. They all died there on Scarif. Now we've got the idiots at the back who are like, oh, yeah, no, you can't do anything because this chick is like an Imperial spy. No, you picked her up out of prison. You saved her to use her. Oh, but now it's different. Oh, no, now it's different. Idiot, if I was saying it in a Scottish accent, idiot. I don't like that. But one thing as well, the Death Star is more terrifying. Yes, I know it's kind of like not really talked about in Andor. I mean, like, yeah, okay, I get it. But looking at the Death Star now and knowing everything that was at stake, I feel like it adds so much more to having this unbelievable weapon that is just able to completely obliterate, making tsunamis of stone that crushes Saw Gerrera while he's standing there like the Indiana Jones. Ooh, you know, like the Last Crusade, when like the Holy Temple Guard or whatever, like, and he's standing there, he's like, like, I was looking at him going, this is such a blatant copy, and why are you doing this? Saw Gerrera, you loser. I hate Saw Gerrera. I do. That kind of brings me to one of my takeaways here. Saw Gerrera looks like so much more of an idiot. I mean, like, okay, there's this massive super weapon that's floating around that we've figured out can absolutely destroy everything. There's an exhaust port going on in there, and he's just like, there's a spy coming to tell me all of the things. I'm just gonna send him to this octopus. Paul Gallant is a war crime. It's an actual war crime. This dude is committing war crimes. He's like tapping into this guy's, like, the pilot's memories to make sure that he's telling the truth when he can't just be like, hey, maybe there's better ways to find out the truth. I don't know. Maybe like a standard lie detector test. Or maybe see this random pilot guy who's defected and been sent by literally the guy that sent you to save his daughter. Maybe we don't trust that. Even at the end of Andor, I mean, you see, it's like, Saw, we know you're on Jeddah. He's like, I'm not on Jeddah. You can't tell me I'm on Jeddah. You don't know where I am. They know exactly where you are, buddy. They know exactly where you are. I think, look, a mixture of everything wrong with Saw Gerrera was kind of fueled in the Clone Wars. I hate him. I've always hated him. I think he was a terrible addition to the movie. I think the actor is unbelievably incredible, and I wish he had a better role. Genuinely, I mean, I kind of ended that way. Like, I want him to have a better role. I just think that was the most disgusting display of ignorance by character design. I mean, like, not necessarily by the people who created it, but like just him as a character. He's ignorant. He's just wrong in every sense of the word. I mean, I hate him so much. Maybe there is a point. So we kind of like throughout the movie, I'm going to be skipping to random points because these are my takeaways. Okay, these are my takeaways. This is all going to be mumble jumbled. If you come here to get a cohesive conversation, then you go to Beyond the Junsei. Go to Beyond the Junsei. So we got to see Vader, and the first question that I asked, I mean, like beyond anything, the first question that I asked watching this again, why does he have Praetorian guards guarding him? Why does the literal baddest man on the planet have dudes guarding him? What? It's kind of like, you know, when Mike Tyson was talking to Floyd Mayweather, he's like, oh, you think you're the baddest? You think you're the baddest? You're not really the baddest, because if you were the baddest, I don't know why he doesn't speak like this. He doesn't speak like that at all. But he's like, if you were the baddest, you wouldn't have a whole security team with you while you take your kid to school. Yeah, that's kind of true. I mean, like when you're looking at Darth Vader, even when he's in that Bacta tank, sure, he's got that moment of weakness. He would still fuck people up. I mean, like a layer of Bacta in like whatever resin, glass, whatever the hell that is not going to inhibit his use of the Force. I think he would be okay. I mean, like, yeah, sure. Okay, maybe take all the precautions possible. And the Praetorian Guards are like the number one warriors in the whole galaxy. I mean, like, come on. You got to see. At the time, I mean, like, beyond the Jedi are gone, all that kind of stuff. Like, Praetorian Guards are literally the biggest, baddest mob that you could ever face. We need them in Battlefront 3. Anyways. Sorry. That was a tick. I think what they did in Rogue One was kind of give us the most powerful version of Vader. Now, I know I say this after Revenge of the Sith and all of these, you know, the original trilogy seeing the most incredible moments, but I'm not talking about just those incredible moments. I'm talking about the most powerful version of Vader, because I think it uses everything that makes Vader important. I mean, like, Star Wars is unbelievably good at creating a silhouette of a character, a recognizable silhouette, something that you see from a distance and you go, I know exactly who that character is. I mean, that's the beauty of their design. It's all throughout every single character. I can guarantee you, if you did it yourself at home, you had a little blackout of these amazing characters that you've seen in the show, you'd be able to pick them up. They pick them apart straight away. And that's what they did with Vader. I mean, like, starting off with the silhouette with kind of the smoke in Vader's castle was so cool. Seeing Krennic come up there and kind of be that little bit more cocky, like, you know, you're going to let me continue doing this thing? And then out he comes like he's this vicious killer. He doesn't want to show you every single aspect of it, because I think while not doing a lot, you create more fear, because those tiny moments where you can actually just like destroy your opponent, that's what spreads fear all throughout everything. Because it's like, okay, now I know this person is a weapon. Why is he not using every single ounce of his power all the time? Because he's calculated. He knows exactly what he's doing. And I think that's what they did with Vader so well. I mean, like, Vader is genuinely someone who, I mean, if he was on the opposite end of the hallway, like the end of the movie, I would be shitting my pants. It would probably be, I mean, like, they might be down by my ankles. And I don't know. I mean, like, maybe if his pants fell down, maybe I'd trip and fall. I'd fall on my knees somehow. Or maybe scrape my knees or something like that. Reach down to get it, accidentally, like, grab behind, hold Vader's, like sweet, subtle cheeks in the end of the suit. No, I don't know, you know, like, oh, this is like the big black Vader thing. Sorry, fan fictions aside, I just like, and then to have that quote at the end, be careful to not choke on your aspirations, Director Krennic. Talk about one-liners. I mean, like, he's the king of one-liners. I don't know if you guys have seen, like, a compilation. You should definitely get a compilation. Go on YouTube. I mean, you're on YouTube right now. Go look at, after this video, or maybe during, and you can come back to it. I don't really care. You can do whatever you want. Go look at, like, the perfect one-liners. I think that this is the most powerful, powerful representation of Vader that we've possibly seen. Genuinely. So there was a little point later on as well when obviously I know I highlighted it before, when everyone was kind of standing up and going to Scarif, being like, no, I believe in you, Jyn. I understand what is at stake. I understand all of the stuff that is leading to this point right now. I'm with you. I'm with you. All of these guys back here are scoundrels. They're scum and villainy who are deciding to be good. These people, that is the true aspect of the rebellion, which is why I think they genuinely lost all of their good fighters on that day. Because these people who know that they could do bad, but they choose to be good. The ultimate sacrifice. Because I remember, I told you guys before, it is easy to be bad. It is hard to be good. But you know that it's so much more worthwhile in the end. God, like everything in this just firing on every single cylinder. I'll give my rating for this movie at the end because, I mean, I feel like it's changed. It was pretty high up for me, but I don't know. It's changed a little bit now. And seeing then, with Mon Mothma, everyone sitting at the back, Genevieve O'Reilly, again, thank God. I was so glad I got to see her again. I mean, like, I know obviously she was in it before, but I kind of forgot, like, she definitely fell under the radar with Rogue One. I know, like, they didn't really have to use her, so I kind of, she was in a deleted scene for Revenge of the Sith. You don't really need to see her again. I'm so glad I saw her because there was this one little point that only someone of that class of an actress that can do something like this. When everyone was saying, they're going, they're taking the ships, they're going out, they're fighting on Scarif, they're finding the plans, they're going with Jyn. And she looks back and she's stressed. Like, I mean, she's got her hands on the console and everyone's there like outraged and, oh, I can't believe this. And you're looking at her and it was just that little smile. It was that, oh God, it was just that little, they've done it. This is the rebellion. This is everything that she was doing before. Like, that's what people don't understand. It's like, this is everything that she did in order to get to the position that she is now. The powerful senator who stands up not only against the whole galaxy, but she stands up against the Senate, or Palpatine, whatever you want to call him. I am the Senate. Like to stand up against all of that. Wow. It's pretty cool. I like what they do in this movie. I love Genevieve O'Reilly. I think after the performance in Andor, this show would have been nothing without her. And this movie, little moments like that highlight her importance just that much more. I really, really hope we get to see more. I mean, like, there's one thing. Dave Filoni's writing of Mon Mothma, he's so important. He's so stressed to make wolves so important and Ahsoka to give her every single plot armor possible that he screwed up on characters like that. And I'm so glad that Tony Gilroy was able to come in here and show his masterclass of writing. Him with his team, of course, but to show that masterclass of writing, because it's all kind of under the head of Tony. Anyways, doesn't matter. I think the character design in this whole show this whole movie was incredible. The show as well, genuinely. But to go and look on the ground at the shore troopers, oh, God, that was good. I loved it so much. To see every single part of this. I know I talked about it in Andor, how they created stuff for the cosplayers, right? Every single bit was just kind of highlighted for individual parts of the fandom. And I feel like this is that blueprint for the show. Obviously, yes, okay, it came out before. But to see every aspect of Star Wars fandom represented in one show, in one movie, it's so special. And to see them try it so well in Rogue One, look at the chef's kiss, baby. Chef's kiss. To see Chirrut and these his amazing mate. I can't remember his name. Bloody hell. The Force is one. I'm the one with the Force. The Force is with me. Those are one of the most iconic quotes. Genuinely. How many times do you as a fan say that when you're trying to use the Force? It's just kind of become part of my vernacular. But anyways, I think the vehicular. The vehicular warfare is unreal. God, every bit was just gripping. I felt like when Chirrut's mate, I can't even remember his name. God, this is going to kill me. Do I search it up? No, you guys know it already. But basically, when he's got the rocket launcher and he's like, doosh, and the head turns of the it's not an AT-AT because it's a troop character, it's a troop carrier, not necessarily that. Fuck, I can't remember its name, and it's not an AT-MT AT-MT because that's in the Resistance later on. Sorry, that's in the sequels later on. Anyways, doesn't matter. Basically, you're kind of getting like a little bit of a tap into my head. That's why I don't like to edit this and change this. I want to keep it as real as possible. But like, it turns his head. X-Wings. I'm cheering. I'm like, yeah, the boys. All of them. Tashes, bro. Tashes. We need more Tashes in Star Wars, man. I mean, more of these heroes in these amazing X-Wings. All these fighter pilots are coming in like 70s porn stars, just coming in hot, boys. Taking it out, and they're like, we're losing them on the beaches. Now, obviously, the Empire was winning, and then we're seeing the AWR or the Death Troopers come in, and they're just like, tung, 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 tung. That's the best sound effects you've ever heard. But like, to see them come in afterwards on these drop ships, I was like, oh, vehicular warfare was at its peak in Rogue One, and I feel like that's what translated so well onto Battlefront 2. It was just kind of like a copy. There was one point that I want to bring up, mainly because I sobbed. I thought this was so important, and it's something that was kind of highlighted a little bit more for me after the Force Healer in Andor. Now, the Force Healer in Andor was kind of sitting there just going like, I know you. The Force is with you, and you are a messenger for good. Looking at Cassian going, wow, the Force is actually with the rebellion here. And seeing Chirrut and his mate, it's Chirrut in a way, but I don't know if it's like his mate is in, it doesn't matter, that's not the point. To see him when every bit is lost, they're standing behind the folds of this door, hoping not to get crushed by the overwhelming blaster fire. And out walks Chirrut. I'm one with the Force. The Force is with me. I'm one with the Force. The Force is with me. Blaster fire, missing everywhere. Now, these are the Death Troopers. They're not bad. They're not bad shots. Genuinely. I mean, they're fantastic at what they do. They're the elite fighting force in the Empire underneath the Praetorian Guards. You get it. I'm talking about like an actual force, right? They're missing every single shot because the Force is with them on this day. And to see him flick up that switch and die an honorable death, God, beautiful, genuinely beautiful. But the most beautiful part of that, this is the part that made me genuinely sob, was when his mate, he picked up his body, he held it, and he starts saying to himself, after doubting himself, after doubting the Force the whole time, I've got fucking chills. After doubting the Force this whole time, he looked at himself and he goes, I'm one with the Force. The Force is with me. I'm one with the Force. The Force is with me. Like, that's what the Force is. It's not necessarily good. It's not evil. It's a force to rectify balance. And that's what that was. That moment right there. If that switch wasn't pressed forward, the rebellion never would have won. If that switch wasn't pressed forward, everyone would have died. What Andor's done is it's made every single point in this show mean so much more. Every single moment, just like that, the sacrifice is so much more important. I think it was poetry that Krennic was killed by his own invention. The Death Star destroying that beautiful, beautiful beach of Scarif that held so much information. Project Darksaber. But like, to see him die by that, I think it was just gorgeous. It was beautiful. To watch him literally look at everything that he's taken painstaking hours and fought for so hard, like tooth and nail. And now Moff Tarkin's taken everything from him and he's using it against him. Fuck, it made you feel bad for him. It actually, like, for a point there, it really made me feel bad because I'm like, I know how much this guy's been struggling the whole time. I mean, like, I'm watching him in Andor struggle to get everything to work perfectly. He's going in and he's doing the hard work. I mean, like, he's talking to insurrectionists. He's finding out ways in which they can better their own production. He's personally going out to see the head scientists and engineers. Like, this is all on him, and it's just been taken away. Everything has been taken away, and he's been killed by his own invention. Far out. Now, to finish off, and I know you guys have seen this, but like, I talked about this actually at the end, but of my previous episode. But like, Cassian and Jin, they didn't have to kiss at the end. They didn't have to do anything but hold each other, and it wasn't anything sexual. They looked at each other and they were like, we did it. We've saved everything and everyone in every stretch of the galaxy. The Empire is now under surveillance from the rebellion. We have a chance. This is our golden ticket. And looking at that tsunami of rock and water coming right towards them, there is nothing but pure love for the sacrifices that they've both given. And as they hug each other, I just thought of that one little moment with Bix at the end, holding her baby, well, her and Cassian's baby, looking out to the stars. And I know that out there she would have known that everything that Cassian's doing is to make sure that she's okay. And it just made me sob. But I do feel like it would have been a little bit better with Creed. Like, okay, think about it like this. Like, kind of break up the tension. But like, to see at the end, the whole tsunami of water and stone and the light, the piercing bright light that was that's overcoming them. And he's looking at it. With arms wide open, under the Death Star light, welcome to this place. I'll show you everything with arms wide open. Oh yeah. and then imagine, with arms wide open. Credits roll. Rogue One. I gotta say, I mean, like, that has to be a perfect movie. Genuinely a perfect movie. I love it. Love it. I'm gonna give this movie genuinely a 9.8 out of 10. The 0.2 was only taken off because fuck Saw Gerrera. Everybody say it in the comments. I hate Saw Gerrera. I hate him. I've always hated him, but I love you guys. I love you so much. If you watched this far, thank you so much for watching. Phidias, love you, brother. And honestly, every single person out there, thank you so much for supporting this channel. Remember, may the force be with you always, and this is the way. And don't forget Battlefront 3. But all together, that's 3. Guys, we need to fight for Battlefront 3, please. I'm going to be doing a playthrough. I'm going to be doing playthroughs of not playthrough. I'm going to be playing. I'm going to be streaming it. So make sure you keep an eye out on that. Remember, may the force be with you always. I love you all. Mandalorians out, motherfuckers.